But once I know like crap in, out, and then I do the wrong one and it's all over. So that's one way to do that matchup, PC is to be more aggro about it and make her guess instead of you having to guess if she's going high or low with the turnip and then waiting for her.
Why don't you enter?
I'm tired, man.
Yeah.
I'm pretty smashed out.
I'm pretty tired too, but
I'll play a lot of friendlies after.
Yeah. Actually, I don't think I'm going to stay around much after.
But yeah, ideally I get to go home super early too. All
Right.
This is definitely about to die. Yeah, I can't hear him. What is this? We got AD Carl.
Oh, I think he's saying that he won.
AD Carl, we're going right into it. Nope.
Wait, is this Twitch again?
He double streams on both.
Oh,
there's
snap.
YouTube, there's Twitch.
Wow. Now I was going to triple stream with Hitbox.
I could. I did quadruple stream with Facebook.
No.
Oh, fire.
There's no reason.
Double stream with Beam. It's just got bought by Microsoft.
Beam?
How much?
The worst stream.
What? How intensive is that
What
on
is
your
it?
computer to stream to 4 sources? What does it change? Like,
Nothing.
where's the
just
load
the-
coming from?
Your encoding's the same. You just set it to...
Coding's the same, yeah.
But you're sending out 4 times as
You only send it once. Easy reach that.
what stream?
Third-party service.
Let me look at it. Like, what's the program called?
What's it called? Beach?
Restream.io.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I haven't looked at this in a very long time. Oh, so they do it all for you.
Yeah, they do.
What do they get out of it?
You know what?
That's amazing.
I don't think they get anything out of it.
Wait, does it even increase your upload?
Nope.
They handle
Because they're
it?
doing it, yeah.
Wow.
Their
I
end.
don't know why they do it. I don't know what they get out of it.
But like that
You should
means
look it up.
all your bit rate needs to go through their
Yeah, it's a bit
stuff.
It's a bit too
Unless
good
they're
to be
just-
true sounding.
Yeah, unless they're just redirecting.
I'm sure they
it.
charge for some like premium service, right?
No.
All right. Well, while Jax looks at the privacy policy or whatever the hell that is, let's go into AZ versus Carl.
Ooh,
On
that
the
was-
record is saying this matchup's impossible for DK,
Yeah, I could totally see it. They're just like
but he still
destroying
won't
him.
switch because
Shield.
he's stubborn. Ooh, barely.
I'm really excited to see how Bait's gonna do at SmashCon.
A bait.
They're set up to him. He's set up to play S2J.
Who?
A Bait.
Oh, a bait. I thought that was related to DK somehow.
Sorry, no. I was
alright.
just thinking about low, like not low
Oh,
tiers, but like
trade
mid tiers, and like. Although I think DK is quite a bit lower than Luigi, but.
I hate when Carl lands that fucking punch.
Wow, I didn't know he slid
It's
so
so
much.
obvious he's going for it every time a new stock starts, and it just always happens.
Right.
And it's pretty hard to like punish it sometimes if he spaces it. He said it's a comparable to like, I don't
Wow.
know if he said better or worse than Marth F's match in frame
Wait,
data.
do you know when he's invincible? How it's frame 4, right? But it's
I
only
have
frame
no
4.
clue. For what, the punch?
The punch is only on fully charged. Is it
I have no
invincible?
clue.
Okay.
I do know a fully charged punch has different properties than
Yeah,
the
it has the
99%.
invincibility frame.
Yeah.
So maybe I think it's
Other
just one.
stuff changes too. Like it gets
Really?
more knockback, or it scales
Right.
differently.
Okay, interesting. I didn't know that. Plays Blueberry.
Yeah, I think
Kong.
it's the same for Samus. Like 99% is one thing, and 100 is like a whole bonus on top of
Yeah.
fully charging it.
It's honestly just how actually smash attacks works. I don't know if you saw that post on Reddit a little while ago.
Which one?
This was like probably months now, but it's about how when charging a smash attack, it goes up in like standard linear improvement, and then every time it hits a full percent, so let's go as like Fox's up smash going from like 16, and then as it's going up to 17, the moment it hits 17, it gets an extra bigger jump. So fully charged, like literally.
Oh yeah, fully charged. Yeah.
Fully charged versus one less frame is a big difference. Also comparatively as it goes throughout.
Yep,
so
there it is. I knew he was going for that. Carl just did a bunch of DK games in that entire game. And
Sorry,
AD
I
walked
kind of
into him.
missed. I wasn't really. I should have looked more.
When the opponent's at one stock, Carl likes to try to suicide or do some stupid re-grab release off the stage and like.
But that's always so much fun. This in Melee when you
It
have an
makes you
extra
panic,
stock,
yeah.
you can do,
You do
so
whatever you
much more
want.
ridiculous stuff off stage to kill your opponent. It's like your wealth of options just opens up because you
It's
don't have
exactly like in poker. You can make different risks based on how big your stack size is, and you have to change how you. Well, yeah, like at a certain size, you're so small, you have to go for high risk all-in plays because like
Yes.
otherwise you have no chance of winning. But then there's always that mid-level where like you play conservatively and you have your different ranges of what you have to
Right.
ignore. Same with Melee.
In poker, can you just like leave the table whenever you want?
Not in a tournament. I'm talking about tournaments. At like cash tables, yeah, but there are restrictions on how much you can come back with, and like, and how frequently you can do it. I'm sure.
Okay.
Because everyone gets their big pot and then they walk away, right? But
Right.
when you come back to the table, it's not like you can like store that. You have to come back with the same amount. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, interesting. I see.
For a certain time after, at least.
I gotcha.
That's what it's like in online poker. I don't really know anything else.
DK's forward tilt should probably be a little bit stronger than that.
If you read like I don't want to say strategy guide, some original guide about this game, either in the manual or
the trophy,
some like some off description somewhere, it did say like Ganon and DK are big characters. Smash attacks are meant to kill, but for them, tilts are so strong as it is, you might as well just use that. And the smash attacks were all ridiculous because they were like disrespect moves, kind of, in different terms. Right. Yeah, you can see side tilt, big hitbox, knockback. What? Oh yeah, who? Unsung beat him. You just beat him?
I need Unsung versus Arias.
Alright. Alright, Arias can definitely beat Unsung. He's got that Peach matchup.
Yeah, I know what they were like. What they were going for with characters like Ganon and DK. They're definitely good in
ran into it
in like free for alls.
Oh yeah, free for all. It's probably well not the way we play, but you can see why like down B for DK or like some crazy big stupid move would have a different impact in teams.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure I read some thing somewhere about Peach's side B and how the explosion was bigger in the beta version, and I can almost imagine like you spam it in a group of people and big like splash damage was probably broken, so they made it shitty and not interact with shields. Because if it interacted with shields,
used to interact with shields.
I'm guessing it used to, because they said like I don't know. I'll find the exact thing I based this theory on.
Right.
But they did say it was like big AOE and it probably stunned everyone and it probably interrupted everything. So it's probably
right.
That was something that was done with teams or free for all.
See, the sad part about some of the melee characters is like DK shouldn't be that bad. He's just got, I mean, he's big, but like he shouldn't be.
Oh no, but some of his stuff like
as bad as
shield.
He is. Like yeah, for example, the shield, the recovery.
I wonder how much the shield was on purpose or not.
Right.
Like maybe they just said everyone has. Well, it looks like the hard shield is the same radius, so they were just like, tough luck, you're a bigger character, you get the same radius as everyone else. But light shields are all different radius, right?
Well, no, big shields are all different radius too.
They cover different parts of their character, but are they all the same size relative to each other? No.
Like Kirby and Bowser have completely different hard shield sizes.
Okay, yeah, that's true. I forgot about it. And like, well, Yoshi's special case, but I did forget Bowser had a really weird one.
Bowser, I remember from MTK's like really old data dump, Bowser has the biggest hard shield, but it doesn't necessarily cover the most of his body.
Well, then I would hope that they gave DK the biggest one, even if it didn't cover him. So does he have the biggest one?
No, Bowser does.
All right. Well, are you the second biggest one then?
Maybe.
If he's not, then that's poor design in my opinion.
What else is it about DK? Like sometimes what
Carl
really
could give us a whole lecture on why DK sucks.
Yeah.
But it's very obvious what they were going for and what happened.
Look at his dash speed though. It seems very slow. I feel like he should be like more like Falcon speed.
No, but that's canon. He can't be too fast.
DK?
I don't think they were planning Diddy at this time, but like Diddy's the fast one. He's the slow one.
Yeah, that's true. I guess
he's always been a pretty stationary character, at least in, I don't know. When he's a villain in that one in Jumpman, he just kind of stands there and is a brutish figure.
Well, he just needs to be a little bit faster. I don't know.
Oh, I mean, we could talk about all the things that should slightly be changed all day.
That's
but, like,
true.
Big design flaws. The only one I can really see for him. And thinking about coming from 64 too, so they knew how bad he was in 64 probably.
He was awful in 64?
Yeah, like low tiers are not as terrible in that game compared to this. You know, because they all combo pretty much. But yeah, I wouldn't say he's anywhere near a good character in 64. But I would say I can't believe they didn't make his dash attack any better.
Yeah, can he ever follow up off that thing?
I don't think it's in 64. It was like
godlike.
I think people use it for combos, but they didn't intend for it to be used that like, you know, you're like covering this entire option with this like media hitbox with it. It's just a bad move. And in this game, it's even worse.
Yeah.
And then what they give him in, was it in Brawl or was it in Smash 4 that they gave him like the PM one where it just kind
That
of
was
like
in Smash 4.
Okay, yeah, good. Finally they got that right. And I'm glad that they adjusted a lot of the moves in Smash 4, although some of them are stupid.
Isn't it pretty funny how they didn't give him the role after all these years?
Well,
like
shout outs to Project M who knew this years before Nintendo did.
Yeah.
People forget, Project M players were Melee players. They're not like a separate community. They were people who loved Melee so much. Not that, like, all right, they clearly still love Melee as a game, but if they wanted to compete, they're like, we're not competing in this Brawl environment. We're going to make our own Melee environment. So, yeah. The idea that DK had flaws and people noticed them and they fixed them themselves before Nintendo did is probably a good sign.
The thing is, I don't think that
Give PM more credit.
I don't know. I don't think PM as a game fixed Melee's flaws.
So. Oh no, it was never. I don't think it was ever
Yeah.
meant to fix Melee's flaws. It was meant to just. It was just a mod. It's a
Right.
mod that got way bigger than what it was supposed to be.
Yes. I mean, honestly, in its own right, I think it's really impressive that PM became its own true game. But I actually think that a lot of the comparisons with Melee, outside of a basic mechanics standpoint,
Oh, it's totally
aren't
different,
really aren't fair to PM or to Melee.
And I'm sure some of that is just. It's the Brawl engine. Like, you can't do everything the same way.
Yeah, some things will always be frustrating about.
I don't know.
The one
I like PM. PM is my party game because it's now like I have all this crazy Melee knowledge and all these skills, and I go to PM and I have no fucking idea what any of these people do, and you just play it with your instincts alone and you like sight read it. That's where the fun, the like randomness comes in. I'd rather free for all in Project M and like just have fun sometimes.
Interesting.
Not free for all, but you know, just go at each other.
Scary if you got that up smash. Yeah, I know what you mean.
But when you do that in Melee, it's like it's too much. It's too much like your job still, because you know all the random matchups, even the little ones, and like you know what you have to do, and it's still the same level of execution.
Snap, dude, this is nuts. Wow.
You took it. Wow. Oh. And Carl says it right after. Why did you do that?